Okay.
Okay, ready?
I am ready.
Good morning. It's actually morning.
It is morning. We're
Yeah.
right for a change.
We're right for a change, yeah.
Yeah, it feels good to be right.
It does feel good to be right, although I'm mostly wrong, but
No, you're not.
I just did a makeup video, so that's why I look like like I'm all made up.
Lovely.
Yeah, I look a little different than I
Lovely.
normally do.
So anyway.
So that'll be up on my Fitness, Fashion, and Beauty Over 50 channel later today. I have to edit it. And then now I'm trying to do like TikTok and video.
Yeah.
Because TikTok's short form. So I have to like hop back and forth from doing it. But yeah, I was watching a video yesterday because I'm trying to learn TikTok and getting better at like editing and stuff.
Yeah.
And, somebody said, you just jump in and do it because it's just like van life. Like the more you do it, the more you know and just get comfortable.
Right.
Nobody's a expert right when they begin at something, right?
Yes.
So you just got to do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
So let's see, a couple things. Because I know I have a lot of new followers and some people like don't watch all my videos and then they hop in and they're like, wait a minute, what's happening? So I just wanted to tell you that, yes, I am selling Charlene. And Charlene, I got her fixed yesterday. She just needed a new spark plug and some kind of coil wire. Another $400. Yep.
Yeah.
But she's purring like a kitten now.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Facelift and everything.
Yes, so
and she's gonna have a new owner and
but yeah, so then now I gotta clean her out and get her ready and do all that. But I've been working a lot. They called me in last night. Somebody called in and I got my taxes done yesterday. I thought it was Thursday, but he called me. He's like, Tracy, you're supposed to be here. I'm like, and that never happened to me. But he had put Tuesday the 10th, and so he not screwed up, but so we both were confused. So good thing he got me in at 1, so that's done. I don't get anything, like it was a wash, that's okay with me. But when I first started getting my taxes done, because I have so many different businesses and stuff like that, it's just easier to have them do it. And I was telling you, it cost me $350 to have it done. It used to cost it's gone up $25 each year. But he was telling me that nobody wants to be an accountant anymore. It's not like the younger kids are going to school to be accountants and all that stuff. So he said that it goes up because they have to pay, because most of the accountants are baby boomers and they're starting to retire. And so they can't get more accountants to fill the roles. So they have to, he goes, it goes up. And well, I don't think next year I'll have to find somebody who less, because it's still the same. They're doing the same thing. I used to pay like $200, and I think $250 tops.
Yeah.
But again, how much more can it go up? I mean, any money I get back will just go into paying for my taxes. So, anyway, but I got that done.
Everything is coming together, actually.
Yeah, it's stressful though.
It's getting done.
It's stressful. Today, Jesse and I are going to go sign the title over. Oh, and I got the new couch.
Oh, I love it. And
yeah,
so
when I was at Caribou doing some work on the computer, and Katie called me and said, Tracy, they brought the boxes, came in 3 boxes.
2 or 3.
And 3, and they left them in between, like where you come in. So she wanted me to come to move them. So I came here, and I literally pushed them into the elevator and up the stairs, and and then put it together. And it wasn't hard, and it's super cute, isn't it?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, it's a little messy right now. Is on there on the computer this morning.
She's been doing work there.
Yeah. So
the computer.
Yeah, but I'll show you soon. So that's all done. So when somebody said, "Is Joy mad that you're making her sell her furniture?"
Oh no, this is. I mean, we sold the couch and the chair,
Mm-hmm.
and we used the money to buy a new couch, and it's different. It's lovely. You'll see it. She'll show it to you.
Yeah, it turned out even better, didn't it? Now
Once
you
we're
can.
all settled here, and I love it.
I love it
I just
too.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
a change.
It's a change, yeah. Nothing stays the same. You know, it's kind of like with van life. I know people are sad, but, you know,
Change is good.
I think sometimes people see it as something's over and done with, but I look at it as, okay, been there, done that, and now, ooh, what's next? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's exciting because you want to think the best isn't over, the best is yet to come, right?
Yes.
And you
for sure.
can't stay stagnant. There's one thing for sure, nothing stays the same,
No.
right?
That's why life is so exciting.
Right. Because
You
it
never
always
know.
changes, right?
You never know.
You never know. Could be 10 feet deep, but
That's what
Jesse
That's
said. Yep.
Jesse saying.
Yep.
She was how old when she said that?
Young,
She
7,
was
8,
young.
9, 10. And then I suppose we should tell them, like, what happened.
Oh, you tell them. No.
So Mom told me that, so she's like, oh, I have this like hard bump and I like try and squeeze it and like whatever. And then you were putting alcohol on it. That's old school. Like you think,
and Clearasil. I didn't know what it was.
but you know what? That's how I knew because I told you I had the same thing. So I had basal cell cancer on my face and I had to get it cut out. But,
So she took me to the skin doctor.
so I called right away. And, you know, normally it takes like months, like 3 months, but they happen to have a cancellation the next day.
See, the force is with you.
May the force be with
The
you.
big guy. Yeah.
Anyway, so they're like, oh, we have one tomorrow at 11. And I'm like, yeah, we'll take it. So we go. And then after I tell you that we're going, what did you tell me? That you had gone 3 years ago that I didn't know about.
That I'd what?
That you had gone like 3 years ago that I didn't know about. And there was another area.
Yeah.
And she said that she had it tested and they said there was something suspicious. Yeah. And you never went back.
Well, the reason I never went back, I mean, I take good care of myself always, but I never seem to get sick or have to go to the doctor. But now that I'm old, I do. But I have a friend who's going on 101. She just had her 100th birthday in December. December 7th was her birthday. If anyone remembers what that date signifies, I mean, you never forget it. Anyway, and she, about 4 years ago, they found she had breast cancer, a lump in her breast. And her doctor told her that her age, he said, cancer grows very slowly. And he said, but you don't.
It doesn't matter what age you are. Cancer is cancer. It doesn't grow slower because you're older.
I guess, but I'm the cockeyed optimist. And so I thought, no, I think I'll cancel that appointment to have it removed. I am so old that my body won't do anything.
When it was breast cancer, a lot of times they don't want to do it when you're older because chemo, you know, we saw Chris and Elle, the chemo is what, it isn't worth it because it makes you weak and takes more out of you.
Yeah.
But when it's skin cancer, all they do is like cut it out.
And it's right here.
Right here. The curl.
It'll have me looking cross-eyed at it. Yeah.
So anyway, so they took biopsies. And they're pretty sure it's skin cancer. And then we won't know for 2 weeks. The biopsies will come back. And then we'll probably have to go do the Mohs procedure. If you don't know what that is, they take some.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm a naughty girl.
Naughty.
Right? Yes. Yes, you can. I know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it happens.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
But yeah, so I clean it every night, and then I got some. They gave her antibiotic ointment, so taking good care of Joy. Huh?
She is. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm just so. Lucky.
Lucky you, right?
Lucky me.
Lucky you.
Lucky Joy.
Let's see what other, before I forget, look what we're going to give away today, I've decided.
And it works.
And look at, here's their tail.
Yeah.
He, they, them.
This one, nothing, it didn't, they're fragile. You have to take good care of them.
Because everybody asked where your clocks were before because they loved seeing the clocks.
I know.
And you got rid of all of them.
Well, the thing is, it was getting so I couldn't change the batteries. They're very fragile. And one time I broke where the tail hung on one. Mm-hmm. And if their tail doesn't wag, they're no fun to watch. They got to wag their tail.
But it's all about the kitschy,
But this one is the only white one I had. And, I hardly ever had to change the batteries.
She did tape it, though.
Yeah, because once you take it off, yeah. But I have a problem and seeing, and so I do the best I can.
That's right. That's all we can ask for, right?
For
everybody.
You haven't opened it,
no, I didn't open it because this is the thing. It's like used or been hanging up there.
Yeah.
But even just to have it from you, I think that's the whole point.
It works.
It works, yeah.
It works.
It works
Nothing's
on
wrong
battery.
with it.
No.
At least there wasn't.
So, in the comments below, if you I'll draw for it like I do all the other things. Say, I want the kitty cat. I want the kitty cat. You can put that in the comments, and then I'll put everybody's name in a hat, and then next time we'll draw for it.
That's fun.
Okay?
Yeah.
We haven't done that in quite a while, so... And then I'll send it to you. But it has to be within the U.S. because this is what happened before. I forgot to say that. And it costs it cost me like $30 to send a necklace.
It's too bad.
Before. Yeah. So it has to be within the U.S. So so that it doesn't cost me that much to send it. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. So we were talking about, about the episodes with Joy.
Yeah.
But she was saying too, so on my other channel, that's where, we had already gone over like your childhood.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
When I first was
in
on
the beginning.
In the beginning. Yeah.
So she doesn't want to go over all that anymore, but like you said, we'll talk about like maybe specific times, and if you have specific questions, that would be great, and then Joy can just answer them, right?
Yeah. The way things were. Some, if you're old enough, it was the beginning of the century. It's amazing how long it's been. But, things were a lot different then.
Because back then, because I know Grandma was a single mom.
Yeah.
And
that was unusual back then, too.
And was that during the Depression, too?
I was born 1929. That's when it happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hoover was president. He wasn't doing too good a job. And he was running again. And FDR ran against him. And he was elected the year I was born. Or, the November of that, 1929. And he was he is the one who started all of the, and I know everyone doesn't like this idea, but Social Security and different things like that, and WPA, that's what he started. It was what he decided to do,
What's WPA?
I don't know what it stands for anymore. I've forgotten.
I've never heard of
it. But it gave people who didn't have a job, and this was during a depression, work. And what he did is we have a lot of work we need done on the streets and this, just for our city, or our country, everywhere. And so he called it the WPA, and I don't remember anymore what it stood for. But it was, they had people who didn't have jobs, and could do the work by doing the roads and whatever, and
Right.
doing what they would normally hire someone to do, and then of course they paid them
Right.
for doing that. So they were working and earning their money
So
until they found a regular job.
what did Grandma do? So her mom's name was Violet Hayes.
Violet.
And
yeah.
so she was married to my grandpa, and Grandpa didn't want kids. And then Grandma loved him so much, and she got pregnant. And I
Well,
think,
they were married.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I
Back in
think
those
she
days, yeah.
she thought he would stay even if she got pregnant, but he said he didn't want to have kids, and he left, right?
Oh yeah. He divorced her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Okay.
And so
That was unusual back in those days. Yeah.
But so she was pregnant with you. So how did she get by? Because he didn't pay child support or anything.
No, he never would. She chased him all over the world because
Yeah.
he traveled all over
Yeah.
the world, but he never would pay.
How did she do it? If
I don't know. Well, at first, back then, hardly any woman worked.
Right.
I mean, unless they had to, and you married a husband and he took good care of you. That was the premise.
Mm-hmm.
And you cleaned the house and had the kids
Mm-hmm.
and made a home.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a bad idea, but it kind of went haywire somewhere along the line. But anyway, my mother, she was young. She was young.
How old was Grandma when she had you?
I don't know. She was young. She was I don't think she was in her teens or anything. I think she was probably about 20.
How did she meet Grandpa?
At a dance. They used to dances were.
Most people did that. I mean, that's,
yeah.
back in
And
the
she even remembered, and I've forgotten. I wish I could remember these things, but she told me it was a famous band leader. I mean, you'd recognize his name now if you were, lived back then.
Right.
But and he was playing at this place in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and they met there.
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of romantic and everything.
Until
And,
it wasn't.
Until
Until he
wasn't.
left.
That's always the way. But anyway, she, I think she was about 19 or 20.
Oh, really?
She wasn't real young.
Mm-hmm.
No. But anyway, it didn't last long. And
Yeah, I don't know, having a baby in that time, like you said, if you were born 1929 during the Depression,
yeah.
Grandpa left, but I know too, and that's the thing, I know this, so we'll kind of go back. We don't have to go from the beginning and talk like that, but as we talk, because that's when you went to stay with your aunt for a while, right? Because Grandma couldn't take care of you.
Oh, that was when I was a junior in high school. That's finally when I came here.
No, that you went to live with your aunt or somebody, didn't you? The lady who...
Not until I was junior in high school.
No, when you were younger, didn't you have to live with another family for a while?
No. Other people watched me.
Oh, that was,
They weren't related.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Women didn't work then, and you couldn't. Well, you're talking about Aunt Laura.
Yes, that's who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was like a mama to
Yeah.
me. I was real little.
Yeah.
And just riding a trike, just walking,
Yeah.
making mud pies. And she had a really large home with a huge kitchen and a dining room and a parlor. They had parlors then. And she rented, and of course, not many women needed babysitters because, they had a husband and they could stay home. And so, but Aunt Laura, that's what she did. She had boarders, but she only had 2 because that's all the extra bedrooms. She had a big house with a parlor and a huge dining room. And actually, I think it's called a boarding house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my mother and I there are 2 bedrooms upstairs, and then we ate together with her. She made supper, so it was a boarding house kind of. She made the food and stuff, and she watched the kids. But anyway, no, I forgot what. She had a son. I think his name was. I can't remember his name now, but he was like a teenager, and he was nice enough to all of us. That's the only child she.
But so she watched you while Grandma like went and worked and
Yeah,
stuff.
we just lived there, and she would when we started school, this one incident, there was the two others. They were brothers, Marvin and Lester. I don't think they're around anymore, but if they are,
Those are
Hi, Marvin.
old names. Hi, Marvin. Hi, Lester. Yeah.
Marvin was the younger,
Yep.
and Lester was my age, and I was young then. And so I remember I have a few stories about Marvin and Lester. Marvin was so sweet,
Uh-huh.
and he would do anything we told him because we were so much older. I mean, we weren't very old.
Yeah.
And I got this set of baking things, miniature, for dolls. And one rainy afternoon, it had stopped raining. We went out and we found a mud puddle. The yard wasn't, it wasn't that great with grass. And Lester and I made mud pies.
Did you make him eat one?
And Marvin ate one, yeah. No, that's not funny, I know. It didn't kill him. He was fine.
Didn't kill him.
But
Little dirt.
But poor Marvin was, yeah.
Oh, the younger ones. Well, that's how, now you know how I feel being the youngest out of 6 kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
torture you. Yeah, exactly. Because you're the youngest. So they think
But
they
anyway,
can do that.
I do remember Marvin and Lester. I now that I'm old, I think of them often. They're probably not around, but I never knew their last name.
Oh, you really?
No, we were young.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyway, but I lived with Aunt Laura for a while, and Marvin and Lester. And then I was going to school. I know I was like in 1st grade or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I mean, it was just interesting. They had a parlor, and on Christmas, back then you got one thing for Christmas, and at least we all did.
Right.
There. And you would make a list and give it to your mom, with
And you would get
maybe 500 things on it, that you
Yeah.
wanted.
Well, I remember sitting down with the catalog, the JCPenney catalog, and like
yeah.
circling things
Yes,
and tearing
yes.
out the pages and
Yeah. And so, but we didn't know which of the one things we were going to get. So and then in the parlor, Aunt Laura would have it all. I mean, not until Christmas morning. They put the Christmas tree up at night in the parlor. When that's the only time we could go in the parlor. When you had company.
Oh.
You took them in the parlor.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, the tree was there, and our one present was there.
Well, Christmas must have gone by quick. Everybody just had one present to open.
Oh yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
you remember when we used to have Christmases, we had
Oh,
so
my
many
God.
people in our family that you'd get like 10 presents a piece. So it'd just be
I
like
know.
just watching people and open gifts. So
Do you remember the time I suggested, you were little, but you were, old enough to help make a decision. Do you remember when I suggested, we had a cabin, and I said, why don't we have an old-fashioned Christmas this Christmas? We'll go and cut down our own tree, and we'll make corn
The
balls
ornaments,
or something,
yeah.
to put on it.
yeah.
And we'll each make a Christmas present to whom we'll each give each other a Christmas present, but it's something that you've made or put some effort into.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever did that.
Did everybody say,
Nobody
bah,
wanted
humbug.
to do it.
Bah, humbug,
Thumbs
no.
down.
2 thumbs down. We're not making anything. We'll just go buy it.
I mean,
Yeah.
picture it.
Picture it. Yeah.
Dad and I and you 6 kids tromping out, cutting down a tree,
Oh,
decorate it with popcorn strings.
it's like an old movie.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that one?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Every
right?
time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Yes, and I believe that. Yeah.
I love that movie. Yeah, but
Oh,
it's just a movie, unfortunately. You know.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Not real life.
I used to watch it. They used to play it automatically.
Yeah, it does come on during Christmas.
I can't seem to find it now, but then I don't have cable or
Right.
anything.
Yeah, I can bring it up for you on the computer.
And yeah, our transportation back in those days was a streetcar, and they had tracks, and so you went everywhere. Not that many. Well,
Actually, there's
Al and I didn't have a car the first 2 years we were married.
I don't know how you did it. How'd Dad get to work?
Well, he took the streetcar. In fact, it pulled up almost right in front of our house.
Well, now we're getting we have the metro, and actually I just saw that it's going to be going from like somewhere to Woodbury. So now it's reaching
Yeah.
like the suburbs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because they said Uber and Lyft were going to be leaving Minnesota, and I don't know where that's at. I have a feeling they're going to rectify that because I don't know how. Because people who can't afford, there were 2 people at Walgreens who take an Uber to work because they don't have cars.
Yeah.
And so, it's just so convenient for somebody who doesn't have a car. But
Well, we didn't have a car the first year.
crazy.
And the streetcar came it stopped right on the corner where we lived. And Wyant, you remember the Wyants at all? Was it Gene Wyant? No, it wasn't Gene. Mark Wyant. I can't remember, but he took the same streetcar every day to work that Dad did. He was going in the same direction, evidently. And the 2 of them, well, not the 2 of them, but Dad, he liked Limburger cheese and sardines. Now,
wow.
I didn't, to fix his lunch. You know. But the thing is, Mark Wyant, I think it was Mark, he took the same streetcar to work, and they would always be on the same streetcar. And he would sit way, he would tell Al, your dad, to go sit way in the back
because he smelled.
his lunch stunk. And Al said, "It tastes good."
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, those are the fabulous memories.
Those were
from
the
back
days,
in
huh?
29 and the 30s, but the streetcars, yeah, I kind of miss them in a way. They're kind of romantic.
We should have them come back,
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
Although there's enough frick-frack going on on the metro, I don't know. Some people find it scary to take the metro and stuff.
Well,
so
things have changed. It was so.
a little bit.
Well, it was a lot more peaceful.
Yeah, it was.
Really, but things like that, and what else? And of course, we walked to school.
Yeah,
You
I walked to
6
school.
blocks.
I
Actually,
walked
they
to
walked
school,
a long way
yeah.
to school.
Uphill both ways.
And what?
Uphill both ways.
Yes, and you came home for lunch, if I'm not
I know.
mistaken.
Yeah, we'd come home for lunch.
Would you
and
believe
we
that?
had all of 45 minutes. So by the time we got there, we had to eat in 10 minutes and then go back to
Off
school.
they went back.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And in the winter. Well,
yeah,
I
in
can't
the
believe
winter.
that 6 blocks is a long way.
Look at how hard I had it.
I know, such a rough
How did I
life.
make it? I
I
know.
don't know. Well, that's why you're so strong and capable
That's it.
now.
That's why I'm so resilient
Yeah.
because
Yes, it's true.
I had to walk through snowstorms to eat lunch. Yeah. I was hungry by the time I walked back to school because
Yeah.
you wore it all off by that
Yeah.
time.
And then I know when I was a senior in high school, I'm jumping way to that. The summer, before I went into my senior year, I got a job at Bridgman's that was right down in 7th and something. I can't remember. It was there was a movie theater across the street from it, and then it was a Bridgman's across the street in the corner.
Yeah.
All of that's changed now, of course, but I had a job there for the summer. I loved it. And they would let you make a sundae for yourself before you went home from work.
Grandma you love ice cream.
Yeah, so that way all of the workers would make, not all of them, some of them didn't like ice cream that well. Would you believe that?
I wonder when Bridgman's, because there used to be a Bridgman's like on Lexington.
It was there for years.
Yeah,
downtown.
and I don't know when it closed, but I don't think there are any anymore.
Well, downtown was so fun years ago.
Back then, yeah.
It had restaurants, and it had 3 or 4 big department stores.
Yeah.
And
Dayton's and
and some little stores that sold certain cute dresses and stuff. Yeah, it was so fun to go downtown.
Yep.
And have lunch and shop.
All right, well, I think we'll end it here. It's been 30 minutes. Isn't it funny how fast time goes?
Yeah.
But yeah, leave your questions for Joy, and we'll just kind of pick up and talk about different things. And if you guys have specific questions, I'll ask my mom. I call you Joy, and some people get upset when I call you Joy.
Oh, I don't mind it.
Well, it just is how they refer to you. Do you know what I mean? And so that's what. Yeah,
I understand.
I know she's my mom.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, we're good. When somebody said, "Oh, is she upset that you sold her thing?" It's like my mom and I talk all the time. I mean, I wouldn't just go sell your furniture under your nose and not tell you. So yeah.
Well, I have to just tell this one little story. It was, we lived in the same neighborhood, went to the same churches, and when our kids went to the same schools, all my neighbors, so we knew each other. But there was one neighbor, and nothing is wrong with this. It's just that it kind of irritated just me personally, because she remembered everything about her kids, the day they were born and the day they first spit up when they were baby. I mean, she remembered. It was amazing, her memory. And we knew each other pretty well. And she would say to me, this one time, she said, I think it was you and one of her daughters is the same age. Which one is it? Do you know?
Was it Donnie?
I can't remember anymore. But anyway, we were talking and happened to mention, and she said, "How old is Tracy?" And I said, or when's her birthday or something. I don't remember. I know it's the age. The birthdays I remembered. It's the age. I would get confused. And I said, well, I think she's, and I said the age. She says, oh, no, she's, this age. And it was just a year's difference or something. And I said, well, I can tell you one thing. I was there when she was born. I maybe don't remember the day, but I was there.
But when you have 6 kids, it's hard to remember all that, Oh,
I had them all written on my calendar. Yeah. But I didn't have my calendar with me.
Well, it's Pam's birthday next week.
The 16th.
And I don't even know how old she is. 71?
Well, I keep forgetting how old she is.
And she doesn't know how old she is.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure it out.
She's the 3rd one.
Well, we'll figure it out later. Yeah, that's too much.
Sandy's 73.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, well, let's wrap this up here. So, say, I want the kitty cat clock. Say that 10 times real fast. I want the kitty cat clock. In the comments if you want to be in the drawing. And,
Time. Is it time?
It's time. Go out.
And have an adventure.
Make an adventure. No matter how big or how small. How small. You don't have to sell everything and move into a van. Why?
You did.
We're going to have to change this ending because I won't be in a van anymore. We'll have to figure that out.
It'll just happen.
It will.
Once you start doing whatever you're going to be doing.
I know people are like, are you going to change the the YouTube name because it's Adventures, you know, over 50.
I wouldn't change the name.
Well-
Maybe we should ask your followers what they think.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be so much because, you know, I have a website and that's Adventures over 50. So then I'd have to buy a new domain name.
No,
So,
I'd keep it.
nah, I'll think of something.
Well,
but
it's still Adventures. Well,
it's Adventure. Yeah.
well, it's still Adventures over
Who knows?
50. They know you mean Adventures.
I got a little too much on my plate right now to have to
know,
worry about that.
I
But I
know.
will think about it and figure it out
Yeah, if
later.
you change the name though,
Yeah.
people will, you know, they know you by that. I would keep it. That's my first instinct, if it were me.
Not Adventures over 50? Not Adventures?
No, just keep it Adventures over 50.
Well, you guys let me know.
Well, I was going to say the reason is it's how it started.
Yeah.
And now you did it for 3 years.
Yeah.
And now, you know, it's just not getting
It's
very
still-
practical nowadays.
It's still
I mean, with
Adventures,
all
but
the
it's,
work
yeah,
on
it's
Charlene.
other, yeah. We'll see. Okay, go call someone you love, and as Joy says,
Tell them you love them.
tell them you love them, and don't you dare forget your magic.
Your magic.
Okay, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Okay, we will see you in the next one.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.